What's up, guys? Hi again to the video number 5 about the weak and strong squares, and I think this will be the last one for now about this topic. But I want to finish it off with like a very like amazing move, amazing a game to simply show you how you can win end games from just making use of the smallest advantages and kind of obvious strong points or like outposts you can use in your games. And what do you think? It's black to move, and I just flipped the board for you, so maybe that's a bit easier. Black to move, and what do you think? Which is the strong outpost for black? And I think we can agree this would be in a dream world, would be d3 to get our knight to d3, which seems impossible right now. Or does it? It doesn't. c5, knight to c5, and you're wondering like, why would I give up the knight? But if you just calculate a bit, we can simply take, and suddenly we win the pawn and we win the knight back, because the only option white has is to take the pawn as well, and that's giving us like a better position. We can take with the rook and we have the better position. And yeah, that's not what happened in the game. Instead, in the game, king e2 was played to simply make the king more active. Also look at d3, of course, to avoid the fork. And the next move is knight to d3. So it was easier than expected. And from now, I'll simply show you how this game progressed, and simply showing you some nice endgame technique. Rook to b1 to support the pawn, who could potentially march forward. King d6, getting the king more active in the center. And white tries to make progress on the queen side. Black does the opposite, wants to use the strong knight to control the position and make progress on the king side. And rook to d2, doubling up the rooks. b5, rook goes back to b8 to simply protect from any b6 breach. Knight to b3, and black is marching with the pawns in the center, of course also trying to prevent knight to d4. Knight to c1, challenging the knight. And what do you think, guys? Should we take? Should we move the knight back? Or should we maybe play e4, like in the game? The king moved to d1, and black is simply moving forward. And you can already see black has way easier time to make progress, because black has way more freedom for the rooks to move compared to white. It's kind of cramped, and the black knight is controlling those squares in the white position. And that's why rook e2 was played. And one more pawn, trying to really make use of the knight and trying to march those pawns through. White took in the center. And we don't take back. We don't have to take back. We simply attack the rook. The rook has to escape. Now we take back. g3, trying to block this pawn, while this pawn is blocking the e-pawn, but we have a pass pawn already, protected by the knight. Now black plays king to c5, also to make space for the rooks on the open file now. Now the knight takes. We take for a second pass pawn. White simply had to get rid of the strong knight. Now white tries to double up again. Black does the same to prevent any progress on white. King to e1. Even the king can't even... the king can't even do anything about the pawns, because they're both backed up. Now black tries to play a6, rook a1, and simply wants to trade the pieces now and get into a simple endgame where he would simply win with 2 passed pawns. To make it interesting, white plays a5 instead of taking. Black is trying to block and attack this pawn next. a6, rook to b6. White is defending the pawns. And now black is swinging the rook over to the center, supporting the d-pawn. King to f2 to get out of the check as well. And while black brings the next pawn, h5. White is trying to block and close the position, but black can take en passant. Now white tries to attack those pawns, and black can simply take. White takes, the one pair of rooks is traded. White tries to defend by taking on h3. And now we defend our second pawn. The king takes, b4, and black tries to use those 3 pawns now to win the game. White takes, the king takes, e4, and c3, and now white surrendered because those 2 connected passed pawns are not stoppable. White will be too slow for any counter attack. We have 1 more pawn to defend against the g pawn as well. So yeah, I think pretty easy. It looks so easy when those grandmasters finish games like this. But in reality, when we play those games, when I play those kind of games, it's so hard to find those moves. Always afraid to push those pawns, being afraid to make mistakes. But yeah, I think this is a very good example to simply not be. To simply find the move, knight to c5, and then simply go for it. Push the pawns, make use of your space advantage, and yeah, like later in the game, trying to simply push f4, g4, f3 without any hesitation. We don't take back first. We simply go for the most straightforward move straight away. Create as much pressure as possible while our knight is still great on this outpost, really locking down those rooks and their mobility. And so I hope you can use it, guys, this example, to make use of it and win your own games. And enjoy your day. I hope to see you in the next videos.